Director Osgood Perkins has become a very prolific director of horror films, but the question is he starting to sacrifice quality for quantity? Hey everybody, I'm Sean McBride, the movie guy, and today let's talk about his second movie out this year, a film called Keeper.
Can I trust this man?
Can I trust this woman?
There's something special about you.
You make the children.
Keeper is the latest fright flick from Osgood Perkins. In this one, we have a young couple, Liz and Malcolm. They're played by Tatiana Maslany and Rossif Sutherland. Now, they're celebrating their anniversary at a luxury cabin getaway. This is a horror movie. This is not going to be a romantic weekend away. So no sooner do they get to the cabin than strange things start to happen, including a cake appears and Malcolm starts pressuring Liz to eat the cake, which causes her to see strange visions of dead women and other monstrous creatures appear. Now, that's not ominous at all. Liz starts to fear that Malcolm is up to something sinister and that she might be in danger, but fortunately, she won't be alone in this horror fight to survive. So look, a woman being trapped in a cabin, off in the woods somewhere, being surrounded by perils of both the human and the supernatural nature, that's not exactly something new. What is new is the monsters in this movie, which I do think are pretty cool. But unfortunately, explaining what's going on with these monsters doesn't make a whole lot of sense, and even if you understand the mystery, the whole thing is kind of silly. And that's my biggest problem with this movie in a nutshell. The screenplay leaves so many unanswered questions about what's going on with the plot and with the monsters. And look, I get that not everything needs to be spelled out in black and white, but if I spent the whole movie scoffing about what I'm seeing up on the screen, well, that's a problem. So look, I do think that the monsters, the ghoulies in this movie, I do think they look pretty good, as does the cinematography. I think the film looks well made here. And, sometimes all you need in a horror film is for the boogeyman to jump out at the right moment, and then you scream, and then you've got what you came to the movie theater for. So I'm not going to say it's a bad film, but I got to say, I like the monsters. I just didn't like the story behind the monsters. As far as the actors go, look, I think their performances are a bit hit and miss, but I think that's how the characters are designed by the screenplay. So I like Maslany, I've always liked her. She's playing the woman in peril, she's very good here. I didn't care for Sutherland or his creepy cousin who's played by Burkett Turton, but I don't think we're supposed to like them. I think we're supposed to think that these guys might be serial killers or something. So I'm not going to blame them for the performance when the screenplay is actively cutting them down. And the bottom line for me is I do think Osgood Perkins is a good filmmaker. I think he knows how to amp up the tension. I think he has a good eye, but I think his story here is the big problem. I think this one's all over the place. And it kind of reminds me of experimental film, and I'm not sure that works at all here. It's got some good imagery, it's got some okay performances, and it's got some interesting ideas, but it never really comes together in one cohesive whole. He's made some good movies lately, but I don't think this is really one of them. I give Keeper 2 stars out of 4. I like to think that I am smart enough to figure out what's going on in most movies, or even if I don't know all the details, I am malleable enough that I can follow along and catch up as we go along through context clues or whatnot. And this movie just let me shake in my head. I was going, I'm not sure what's going on. I'm not sure I care what's going on. And when I did figure out what's going on, I'm not sure that it made much sense then anyway. So, hey, but that's me. Not a big fan of this, but I suspect Osgood Perkins fans will have something to say. And if that's you, feel free to come back and comment below. Of course, I ask that you subscribe to my Movie Guy reviews so you can get all of these reviews just as soon as they drop. And of course, subscribe to our podcast, Two Movie Guys. My friend Joe Fryer and I get together every week and we talk about all the week's big new movies. Two Movie Guys, wherever you get your podcasts. Okay, one more movie to talk about this week. That is the latest over on Amazon. It's a movie called Playdate. We'll see you then. Bye.